Sup everybody? Hope all y'all are doing undeniably fan-frickin-tastic out there. It is I, your Grand Poobah Booyah, James SelfStandard, and I welcome all of you back to another episode of Ring Ramblings. And folks, I was supposed to upload an episode of Ring Ramblings yesterday for TNA's Turning Point, but the card wasn't posted in time, unfortunately. Ugh. But I still wanted to do an episode of Ring Ramblings this week anyway. And it dawned on me that, it's been a couple of years since I've done the whole Randomonium thing. And I figured, yeah, I'd do it again. But this makes like the third time I've done it already. But, you know what? I'm changing the rules again. But thankfully, I think I see a better pathway for me to do this more effectively and efficiently. So, yeah, y'all just bear with me, alright? So, let's establish the rules about how this game gets conducted. Alright. The main premise of Randomonium is me rambling about a wrestling event that gets booked completely at random. Alright. I try to find a way to book everything from the number of participants in the match to who's going to be competing in the match altogether. Alright, so last year I was doing dominoes, but this year I'm doing dominoes again, but we're going to be doing it a little bit more organized this time, alright, because I don't think I've done it last time when I tried this. Alright, so let me give you folks an example here. Alright, if you notice, this domino right here has 6 dots on it. The number of dots represent the number of people in the match. But if you notice, this domino also has 6 dots on it. 2 on one side, 4 on the other. But these are both 6 people. What's the difference here? Well, you see, this domino represents 6 individual people competing in the match. This domino represents a triple threat tag team match. Okay? So, this is just one example about how I have the numbers organized through different meanings. Now, there's 3 steps to this, but each step has some rules to it. Alright. Step 1. Determine the number of talent in each match through pulling of dominoes. Alright. For the step 1 rules, a minimum of 1 singles match and a maximum of 3. Now, besides singles, when a domino is out of the bag, it stays out. Step 2. Determine the stipulations. Now, for the stipulations, I already have a number legend, already saved, and I'm going to display it right here over the video now. That way, for future reference, I can go back and take a look at this video and just copy this work. Hopefully it'll work for me next time I do this in another couple years or so. We'll see. But the rules for step 2 is that for 1, in the drawing process, for singles or tag, regular rules are common enough to be selected thrice more than numbers 2 through 16, meaning there's 3 number 1s. But if you take a look at the legend here, I have 16 stipulations for the singles match, but I only have 8 stipulation for both the tag teams of 2-on-2 and 3-on-3. So for that one, 1 and 2 will be regular, 3 and 4 will be ladder, 5 and 6 will be table, and so on, up until we get to 16 for Falls Count Anywhere. Alright. Now, another rule for determining the stipulations is I can't have more than 1 cage. For example, if I already pulled out a elimination chamber, that means I can't have a Hell in a Cell on the same night. If I already pulled out, say, the War Games match, I can't have a regular cage. Okay? Hopefully that makes sense. And finally, for step 3, I get to fill in the talent with anybody that gets pulled up on my wrestling theme song playlist on Scramble. Alright. Now, tag team and factions can fill up the spot if there's room for them. If there's no room for them, I have to skip them. So, for example, let's say I have a Fatal 4-Way match booked, and the playlist just so happens to play the Evolution theme. That would mean the Fatal 4-Way will get filled up by Batista, Triple H, Ric Flair, and Randy Orton. Alright? Now, no repeating talent. So, if I play Undertaker's 1999 theme song in one match, but then later on his You're Gonna Pay theme starts playing, no, I can't do that. I have to skip Undertaker. And lastly, gender doesn't matter. Heck, it's all fun anyway. Equal rights, equal fights. Okay? Alright, so without any further delay, let's just go ahead and see how many people are going to be in each match, alright? I'm going to try to scramble in between each one. Got my dominoes right here. Going to scramble it for about 10 seconds and go. I counted fast in my head. First match is going to be a... Oh, look at that. Triple threat tag team match. Right off the gates. Okay. My pen is all the way over here. Alright. Write that down. Triple threat tag team. Alright. Match number 2. There we go. 6-person. Okay. It's ironic. That was like the first ones I was showing for the example. Okay. Now, if I make it all the way to number 7, because we're going to make an 8-match card here. If I make it all the way to 7 and there's no singles match yet, that's going to be the singles match right there. Ah, 3-on-2 handicap match. 2-on-3, sorry. Now there is another handicap match in there, so if I happen to pull it by accident, I'm gonna have to discard that one from the bag. Okay, a regular tag team now. Good. Alright, match number 5 is gonna be... Ah, Fatal 4-Way. Okay then. Fatal 4-Way. Match number 6 is... Give me a singles match. Give me a singles match. Triple threat match. Okay. Alright, meaning number 7 is guaranteed to be a singles match. Alright. We'll have a stipulation. We'll see in a minute. Alright. Alright, and for the main event stipulation, the main event stipulation is going to be a... See, handicap. Had to discard that one. Ah, no singles. There we go. Alright. Alright, now to determine the stipulations. Alright, so for the triple threat tag match, I have to flip a coin. Heads is going to be regular, tails is going to be a TLC. And it looks like we have a regular triple threat tag team match. Alright. Now, number 2 was supposed to have 6 people in it. And got to pull out a game piece. I have a few game pieces in my pocket. But it looks like it's going to be an Armageddon cell, an Elimination Chamber, or a Money in the Bank. Pull it out. 6-person Hell in a Cell. Armageddon Hell in a Cell. Nice. That match only happened once, and I kind of wish I kind of wish for them to do it again. We call it an Armageddon in a cell. All right. Next for the handicap 2-on-3. Okay. Same. I gotta pull a game piece again. Alright, this one's gotta go back in my pocket. Scrambling my pocket again. Regular handicap. Okay. Alright. Number 4 was a tag team. So I gotta shuffle up my can of numbers here. My cup of numbers, I should say. We have ourselves a regular tag team match. Okay. Alright. For the Fatal 4-Way. For the Fatal 4-Way, I gotta roll a dice. And I do have a dice right here in my pocket. If I can find it. Ah, there it is. Dice. I just gotta drop it. Sorry you won't be able to see it. It landed on a 3. And the 3 is a cage, which I cannot do that. Because the cell has already taken its place. And then number 5 is a ladder match. Okay. Fatal 4-Way ladder. Number 6, I gotta roll the dice again. And it landed on a... I landed on a 3 again. Dagnabbit. I'm just gonna try dropping it right here into my lap. Missed. A 5 again? Well, no, can't have a ladder. A 4. A cell. Dagnabbit. I'm about to just say screw it and make it a regular triple threat. One more time. Last chance. I can't have a cage. Can't have a ladder. 1. Yep, regular, like I said. Alright, back to the can. What stipulation is 7 and 8 going to have for singles? The stipulation of number 7 is going to be a... Ooh. 7 on number 7. Ain't that ironic? And, ooh, a dumpster match. Ooh, that's trashy. That is trashy. Okay. A dumpster match. Alright. And lastly, the main event stipulation is going to be... Ooh, a buried alive match. I pulled a number 5. Okay. I missed the buried alive matches. But I guess because Undertaker retired, we can't see him ever again. But I don't know. They was able to book a casket match not too long ago with Tatum Paxley. I think it was Tatum. Alright. Now, to find out who's going to be working on this show. Alright, folks. Got my playlist ready. Let's go and click shuffle on this thing and see where it takes us. Who is the first person to fill up this triple threat tag team match? Make a move, make a move, make $1 million. The primetime players. Okay, right away we got a tag team. Ain't that ironic? I miss the primetime players. The Brawling Brutes. I don't think we can add Sheamus to this or not. Because it was a 3-person group. It was Rich Holland, Butch, and Sheamus. Booker's discretion, they won't fit in a regular 2-person slot. Ooh. Claudio Castagnoli. Alright. Ooh. Okay. Gil Kim. That's our TNA theme of puppets on a string. Claudio and Gil Kim. I can date that tag team. Ooh. Keith Lee, okay. Oh, Mike Santana. You know what, Santana and Keith Lee might actually make a good tag team. I miss Keith Lee. Alright, so we have a triple threat tag team match of the primetime players versus Claudio Castagnoli and Gil Kim versus Keith Lee and Mike Santana. You know, I'm going to give this one to Keith Lee and Mike Santana. I think that might pull off the upset here. Look, man, Keith and Mike would definitely have made a good tag team, I think. Alright, next up we have an Armageddon Hell in a Cell. I really hope that a tag team doesn't fill this one up. Like, please, please, for the love of all that is pro wrestling, let this be a good, awesome match. Please. Okay, Kurt Angle. Ironically, he was in the first Armageddon Cell. Okay. Oh, did he win that one too? Okay, Randy Savage. Oh, yeah. Johnny Dango Curtis? Ew. AKA Fandango. Too many people in it. Rich Swann, really? Okay. This is getting interesting. Primetime players. Gender. Okay, an Armageddon Hell in a Cell. Kurt Angle versus Randy Savage versus Johnny Curtis versus Rich Swann versus Drew McIntyre versus Jinder Mahal. Boys, boys, boys. I think Kurt Angle's going to win this one. Like, there's no denying it. Kurt Angle's going to win the 6-person Hell in a Cell twice heading into Randomonium. Alright, next up we have ourselves a handicap 2-on-3. A 2-on-3 handicap match. Alright. William Regal is teaming up with... Ooh, Shotzi. And they're taking on the team of... Alright, Ricochet. That's his 80s remix. Shout out to the IN and ESX. Oh no, not Vader. Hideo Itami. Hideo Itami, aka Kenta. So we have a 2-on-3 handicap match. William Regal and Shotzi versus Ricochet, Vader, and Hideo Itami. Vader's just gonna squish everybody. He's just gonna squish everybody, even Ricochet. Uh-huh. Next up, we have ourselves a regular tag team match. 2-on-2. Alright, who's going to be in this one? Ooh, A-Train. A-Train is teaming up with... Martin Kirby. Man, I haven't watched What Culture Pro Wrestling in a while. Man, I miss WCPW. Alright, A-Train and Martin Kirby, I guess, versus Will Ospreay. Huh. And Triple H. That's his higher brain power theme. Huh. Now this is interesting. A-Train and Martin Kirby versus Will Ospreay and Triple H. Let me tell you something, kid. If me and you beat this locomotive and this bald Baldy of pink Nintendo, you might will yourself into a contract. That was a horrible Triple H impersonation. I'm gonna get this one to Ospreay and Hunter. Yeah, I'm gonna get this one to Ospreay and Hunter. Alright, next up we have ourselves a Fatal 4-Way Ladder Match. Sorry for that random cut. Ended up running out of room by accident. Had to delete something. Alright, so, where was I? Oh yeah, match number 5 was supposed to be a Fatal 4-Way Ladder Match. Okay. Alright, let's see who's in this one. Scrambled and play. Okay, Booker T. Alright, Booker T versus Best Friends. I could put it as just Trent Beretta and Chuck Taylor, but when they got to AEW, they started adding more and more Best Friends to it, like Wheeler Yuta and Orange Cassidy. Running out of people there. So, not enough room for them in the Fatal 4-Way. Ooh, Ahmed Johnson. No! 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 Not Liv Morgan. Okay. Ooh. Sting from TNA. For those of you that don't know, that is like his original TNA thing. Alright. So, Fatal 4-Way Ladder Match. Booker T versus Ahmed Johnson versus Liv Morgan versus Sting. Look, I love Sting. It's gotta be Sting. It's gotta be Sting! Alright, next up we have ourselves a triple threat match under regular rules. Triple threat match, okay. Okay. RVD, I dig it. The Natural Dustin Rhodes. Versus poor Rob. How's the Scramble going to put both Rhodes Brothers in the same triple threat match? Yes, this is on Scramble, by the way. But yes, it's RVD versus Dustin Rhodes versus Cody Rhodes. What were the chances of that happening? I mean, honestly. Look, I gotta give it to my boy RVD. I freaking love RVD. Yeah, I'm gonna give it to RVD. Alright, next up, we have ourselves a dumpster match. Meaning, first person to get tossed into the dumpster with the lid closed loses. Not Bray Wyatt. Not Bray Wyatt. Ain't no what. His Shadow theme started playing. I don't want to throw Bray in the dumpster. Okay. Alright, Bray Wyatt. Because that was the Shadow theme starting to play. Had to pause it. Bray Wyatt versus Mick Foley. Okay. Triple H is running pool play just for a split second there, but of course, Triple H was already pulled earlier in the card. But man, just a dumpster match between Bray Wyatt and Mick Foley as is. Heck, was it? Yeah, Mick Foley was already in a dumpster match. WrestleMania 14. I remember that one now. Yeah. And no, him and Chainsaw Charlie won that match, but you know what? Mick, I love you, buddy. I freaking love Mick Foley, but there ain't no way I'm going to be throwing Bray Wyatt into no dumpster. Screw that. Alright, so now for the main event, a Buried Alive match. Alright, who's going to be in this one? Ooh, Jake Roberts. Jake the Snake Roberts. Versus okay. And you hear the train going off in the background, but that was Penta's theme being played right there. So match of 8 is the main event of Randomonium, of a Buried Alive match of Jake Roberts versus Penta. Man, Jake Roberts in his prime versus Penta in a Buried Alive match. Oh man. On paper, that doesn't look like it's going to be a good match, but is Penta still going to say Zero Miedo even if he encounters a snake? Man, that match right there has me thinking a lot. Now look, I love Jake Roberts. Like I've been a big fan of his work for a long time. As I'm saying this, I'm literally looking at my Jake Roberts action figure right now. Like he's looking right at me. Oh. But you know, as great as Jake Roberts was, I think I gotta give it to Penta. And that really hurts me saying that. In a Buried Alive match, yeah, I think I might have to give it to Penta. Penta might be the easy answer here. Look, I'm sorry, but look. No disrespect to Jake Roberts. No disrespect to the Snake, but I just think that Penta has more in his arsenal to offer than Jake Roberts did. I think. I mean, look. Promo battles, of course, all day long, Jake Roberts, he can talk Penta under a table and probably find a reason to give him a little fear for Zero Miedo. Alright? But, yeah, Penta's probably going to take this one. Well, alright, folks. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video on up now. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. And, yeah. That concludes another episode of Ring Ramblings for Randomonium. Hopefully I get to do this again sometime next year, or 2027, maybe. We'll see. But, yeah. If you like this video, please give it a big old thumbs up. It helps me out a lot. And if you haven't already, I would also appreciate it if y'all were to subscribe as well. And until next time, make sure all of you remember to be outrageously optimistic year-round. Booyah. I'm out. Someone said you're feeling brave tonight. Do you really want to cross the line right now? Go ahead and try to take what's mine.